We finally got a new zone control and escort map, but is it worth voting for? Hey guys, Nightfall here, and a couple of days ago, XDefiant finally dropped a new map, a few days ahead of the 1 month anniversary of Season 1. I expected this map to come out around August 6th, and definitely thought it was going to be Rockefeller, considering they accidentally leaked the map and pushed it out live in the game the same day Season 1 came out with Clubhouse. However, we were all pleasantly surprised when we found out it was going to be Daytona. Now, I won't lie, I've been clamoring for a new zone control map for the longest. Playing the same 4 maps can get pretty stale pretty quick, and I finally got the chance to play a few games in its entirety on the new map, and I think I'm ready to give my full breakdown on just how I feel about it. However, this is going to need to be broken down into 2 different parts, escort and zone control, because they do play slightly differently from one another on this map, a little more than the others we've had already. So let's start with escort, and we'll save my favorite game mode for last. This map's name and custom package that you move with the whole engine and car theme that it's got going on may have been implying this is mainly an escort map and zone control was an afterthought. But truly, the escort portion of this map seems very mediocre. It's very phantom dependent with all of the open lanes and stuff that they have, little to no cover, and I don't know if I can get behind that, especially with the faction limit supposed to be coming. This is going to play out very differently after that update. There's a lot of really nasty flanks you can pull off on this map and basically wipe out an entire team if you have enough bullets to do it, and it's definitely an interesting map for sure. But escort might not be the best suited for it, and that's where zone control comes in. And before we move on to my thoughts on the zone control portion of it, you already know we gotta plug some things. But this time, it's not the usual Discord or Twitter, even though you should still check those out. Nope, this time I want to tell you about our new affiliate, Glitch Energy. Straight up some of the best energy drinks I've tried. Ones that actually don't make me gag and taste so good, all while having 0 sugar. And if you're not an energy drink type of person, that's all fine and dandy because they have other stuff too. Check out this green apple scented candle. Now your gaming space doesn't need to smell like Hot Pockets and Doritos all the time. And winter is just around the corner, nothing better than a crisp apple scent that time of year. And the best part about all of this is if you want to get anything in this shop, you can use code NIGHT at checkout or use the link in the description of this video to save on your whole order. And if enough of you support, who knows, maybe one day we'll get to make our own collab flavor with them. But now let's get back into some zone control. Zone control on this map is by far and away the better mode to play out of the 2, and really feels a little reminiscent of Midway with the open zones mixed with closed off building zones. And then the end part, even with the Overwatch area, that's defenders spawn, it all just feels very Midway. I really enjoy it, and the flanks you would use in escort are still in play on zone control as well. And while there's nothing about this map that I would really say that I hate, I would simply say I'd rather play zone control over escort on it. Keep in mind though, this is only over a few games of playing each mode, so my opinion could very easily change in the coming days or weeks. But for now, it is what it is. Now for some other hot topics about this map that I wanted to cover. Some people, who shall remain unnamed, have gone on the record on Twitter and other places to say things like, why do we need another zone control map? And we should cut up these types of maps and make them into TDM or Occupy style maps. And I feel like I have to address that. For starters, I really dislike when people get so deep in their own bubbles that they become oblivious to other issues or lack of content in this case, because it doesn't affect them. I never use LMGs, but I've seen the lack of LMG weapon skins in the store. Just because I don't use LMGs doesn't mean I don't think that that's an issue. I don't play ranked, but I'm pretty in tune with all of the issues it has right now. And I really don't play a ton of Occupy or Domination or TDM, but I know they have way too many maps considering zone control and escort only have had 4 up until recently. So when things like this get said, it really discredits people's overall opinion on this game because they're only looking at things that affect them, not the player base or the game as a whole. And other games take the bait and fall into this pitfall of all the time because the pro players complain about something and the devs just say, as you wish. Now, the person mentioning these things regarding this game has a pretty decent sized following, and I truly hope this doesn't end up changing how they do things with the game. That's just my opinion, that my take on that, and overall it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. The other part of it about cutting up the maps from zone control or escort and making them a domination style map, I don't really have any issues with it personally, but, and this is a big but, others might. Majority of the player base may see this as reusing content, and being that the game is only 3 months old at this point, it might not be the best look for them. Maybe later on, like year 2, you could start introducing cut up maps that we've already had into smaller style maps. They could realistically do about 6 new maps per season if they were to do something like this for a little bit. Every zone control or escort map, you could probably pull 2 smaller maps out of them each. And while you might need to expand a little bit, add some things here and there, it could work. But anyway, that about covers my take on the whole thing, and I do want to thank everyone who stopped by our live stream last night, especially our first 2 members of the channel. Big shout out to them. I had a great time chatting with everybody, and maybe we can do it again sometime. If you like the content, leave a comment, hit the like button, check out some of my other videos, and consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.